beautiful Irvine, California, and in Southern California tonight, a massive match in the USL Championship. The reigning champ, Orange County, is struggling at the bottom of the standings. Las Vegas is at the playoff line. And this evening's match presented by First Foundation Bank, personal and commercial banking solutions tailored to meet your needs. An important one, and here's why. San Antonio is a bit of a runaway right now. The top two appears set. Las Vegas is in 7th. Meanwhile, flipped to the bottom half of the standings, 7-point difference between number 12 and the playoff line. Orange County has a lot of work to do, not a lot of time to do it. Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, last time out for Orange County. This is a win they had to have. It cost Rick Schantz, the head coach at Phoenix, his job. Milan Oloski gets it done again.
It's always emotional when you play against Phoenix Rising for Orange County. Oloski, 2 goals. That makes 18 on the year. 6 multi-goal games, 5 in terms of braces. That math checks out. A little bit of a conundrum, isn't it? The good news is 8 points in the last 5. The bad news is that average is going to have to jump up over 2. More of that in a bit.
Dev, both these teams have intriguing schedules down the stretch. For Las Vegas, they're the team at the playoff line. Everyone's looking at them. Describe what we're looking at here. It seems difficult.
This is how we got here. Basically, we took the current ranking of each team they have to play down the stretch, then divided it by the amount of games left over. 74 is the number, 10 games, 7.4 overall. You're basically playing team right at the playoff line. So, where do you get your results? Got to beat RGV and Monterey Bay at home. Got to go on the road and beat Hartford Athletic and Los Dos. Those should, in theory, be easy wins, but still got to find a way to steal points. Home against Sacramento, home against Miami FC. Don't tell Mark Briggs or Anthony Pulis. Yeah, it looks a little bit different for Orange County. The average rank of opponent, number 5. That's a team not at the playoff line, but a home playoff game. Must wins, Memphis, Monterey Bay, Los Dos, San Diego. Okay, maybe in theory you could navigate some of that. Not necessarily sure all, but you still got to go on the road and you got to steal some points somewhere. Can you do it against the Rowdies, Sacramento, or El Paso? This team is struggling just under 1.3 points per game. In the final 10, they need to go to 22 points to get to that magic number of 48. Historically, that gets you there. That's 2.2. That's 7-3-1. You're looking at a run historic like we saw last year at the end of the 2021 championship winning season.
So could we see that magic begin tonight? Could the fans here in Orange County be treated to another outstanding winning performance, or does Las Vegas arrive and make it so all bets are off out west? Lineups kick off when we return after these messages in Irvine. Back post run, header down and in! Rakowski got a piece. Asante turns. Rakowski gets up. Orange County strikes first.
I love shovels.
Where did you come from?
Ever find a body?
What? No.
Did you contact 811?
Who are you?
Did you know it's the law?
Why is a child yelling at me?
What if you hit a gas line? Who pays to fix it? Do you? Does my neighbor? Can you go to jail? How much is bail?
It's good to ask questions, like did you contact 811 before digging?
Are we going to jail?
I don't know.
last match is presented by First Foundation Bank, personal and commercial banking solutions tailored to meet your needs. And by John's Incredible Pizza, the official sponsor of the OCSC Junior Supporters Club. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup. It is presented by Kimco Staffing. For Richard Chaplow, it is an unchanged 11 from last time out. Villanueva coming off an impressive game. Olaski coming off a brace in the 2-1 win against Phoenix. They do have Brian Olaski and now Peterson back as well. Good news for Chaplow in Orange County. The player to watch tonight is presented by Omega Accounting and Devin Villanueva. You thought he was good. Richard Chaplow thought he was good.
Especially in the second half. He said it's probably the most full and complete performance we've seen out of Villanueva this entire season. If they can find a counterbalance on that left-hand flank tonight, watch out.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, under first-year head coach Enrique Duran, they've made 2 changes. Lara and Iskandarian move to the bench. Almaguer and Christian Torres move into the starting 11. Torres, a Southern California native. Las Vegas gets the first touch of the night, and here we go in Orange County. Team in 7th place. The Lights visiting Orange County, a side 7 points below the line. Throw coming for Richards. Richards. First header's away. Danny Trejo streaks under it. 8 goals on the season and a couple appearances for LAFC. Fans unfamiliar with the Lights might recognize some of the Las Vegas players on first-team contracts for Los Angeles Football Club. They essentially are running all the technical elements of the team while the business operations are run out of Las Vegas.
And I said to you, first conversation we had this week was, did you see the 23 man? Because it was pretty strong, wasn't it?
Every time Orange County welcomes Galaxy 2 or Las Vegas, they seem to get the best of their opposition.
And if people unfamiliar with that idea as the season goes on, you know, exactly what they're trying to do with Cherundolo and what the genetic makeup looks like for LAFC can also be dictated by the availability by some of these guys. You know, Christian Torres has made some moves. Cal Jennings has been called in.
Ball deflected away by Almaguer.
Muzovsky as well has been available in and out of the Lights over the course of the season. And Crisostomo as well. All the big guns officially available for Enrique Duran. I want to see what they do on the outside right now. And with Villanueva, we talked about him as our player to watch. And if he can find balance on the outside, whether they drop into a 3, do they pivot him on the left into that wingback style role? Are they going to use him as an out-and-out marking back? All depends on exactly what's thrown at them by Las Vegas Lights.
Abraham Romero inches over to take this free kick. 24-year-old from Pasadena. Last year, 8 starts for Orange County. And has flipped sides here tonight. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Easy Fleet GPS, keeping your fleet on track.
I addressed it a touch already on the left with Villanueva, but you got to find balance within the width. Brent Richards did a fantastic job on the right-hand side of maintaining that, but they had so much space to step into on the left. Villanueva did not counterbalance that. It's got to be better as they attack moving forward. And for Las Vegas Lights, it's about the middlemen. What does the actual structure look like? Do they drop one underneath with Crisostomo? Is it actually going to be a 3? Are they going to overload the middle? The way that Orange County rotates so many players in and out of the central locations, they've got to keep an even keel as they move from one end of the field to the other.
Crisostomo. Trejo. That's deflected backward and kept here by Las Vegas. Crisostomo DeRoma. Traore. Crisostomo. Overcooked that for Christian Torres. Let's take a look at tonight's injury report. It's brought to you by Zolfagari Law. Trio out for Las Vegas tonight, including Molina and Leone, who've gotten a decent amount of time. For Orange County, still no Rob Kiernan or Danilo Acosta. It's still going to be just a little bit longer, it appears, for Kaningas. But Peterson coming back is a big deal tonight, Dev.
That's a massive pickup to have him available. He's one of my personal favorites.
Good ball over the top, Jennings. He knew it as soon as he clipped it. He had put too much on it.
Some of it is the ability to lock down some of those spaces. They have used him on the back line most recently, but punching him up into the middle and hitting that gray area, really from midfield all the way to the top of the 18. He removes the ability to have these deep lying balls knocked through, and also the runs, counteracting the ability for the ball coming back up over the top. One of the things you'll notice from Cal Jennings is his willingness to attack from all angles. Loves to drop down in, play with his back to goal. 30, 40 yards away from net, but then he's really good at about stretching the game and pushing the tempo up high as well. That was a good representation of it.
Ball flung out by Rakovsky. Powers. Dylan Powers. Out toward Traore. A little turn left it right to Kubo Torres. Hoffman. Jennings came right to him.
I was really taken by the honesty in the comments made by Richard Chaplow on Ian Hoffman.
Pretty amazing how quickly he made himself a required portion of the lineup, even if it's out of position.
Yeah, the ability to, when we talk about pushing the tempo, the amount of speed that he has, right? The ability to get upfield high, apply pressure. It just felt like the responsibilities on the defensive front probably weren't fair to him, given what they're dealing with within the lineup, and got exploited a bit too many times. But the presence that he's able to maintain on this right-hand flank. Speed, yes, but if you watch, great at cutting in and out. He'll drop down into these spaces really just for coverage and to find ways to combine for sure, but more so within pressing situations to remove the outlet balls. And super nice to come on loan where, okay, you're an outside back, all of a sudden you bump him up a little high and you are literally irreplaceable from the lineup.
It's every defender's dream. Don't let Devin tell you otherwise.
Yeah. You get to sit in the back long enough, start barking orders at everybody, and all of a sudden they want you to run a little bit more.
DeRoma. Two front of pressure led by Milan Olaski and Kubo Torres. Good read by Richards. Scoreless in Orange County. Traore did well to get back on that. Short-lived, however, for Trejo. Partida. Richards. Clip that early. Dekel Kainan. Simple enough. Powers. Decent ball over the top, rounding the goalkeeper. It is in! What a start for Orange County, and he just can't stop scoring! Milan Iloski again! He's got his eyes on the record. 19 on the season.
Romero wants a handball, though. Is he right? Because I saw a little ball bounce up too, but did it come off the hand? Oh, hello, Mr. Powers. How's the ball up over the top? Here's the connection. This was the game-winning duo last time out, but it is off the shoulder. How clever. Take any and everything. Right off that top left shoulder, out in front. Catches the entire back line on the snooze. Once again, the sly, absolutely 19 and counting. Milan Iloski, take a bow.
That Orange County goal brought to you by Hogue. Last year, 18 goals for Ronaldo Damas, the Haitian superstar, while Iloski's got 19 now. And what a season for the breakout star in the championship. Thomas Enevoldsen scored 20 back in 2018 when Orange County won the league in the regular season. Welcome back to Irvine, 42nd minute. Milan scored inside 10 minutes, and Orange County has held the 0 ever since. Apologies for our technical difficulties here in Irvine, but Dev, you and I are back, and you know, after 200 games of doing this together, I have the feeling we'll slide right back into it.
Well, eventually you'll learn to check the mail and pay the power bill. I blame you.
Yeah. Oops.
You got the cat.
Ball rolled to the top of the area. DeRoma took a swing. Ball was taken away. Forward from Traore. McGarrett. Back to Las Vegas, who are 7th in the Western Conference. That's the playoff line this season. The top overall seed receiving a bye, and the next 6 playing in the opening round of the postseason. Jennings. Orange County sitting in 12th, but the delineation between 12th and 7th right now is a mere 7 points. DeRoma, that was denied, comes out to Milan Alaski. 2nd most goals in a season in Orange County history, and he's looking for another brace. It's Alaski all alone. Alaski went down, referee had a look, nothing to it.
That's a heck of a run, but he's trying to just steer it at the tail end. He very recognized that he was closed down, had no options, couldn't get this ball back across to the trailing run of Kubo Torres. There's frustration in the background, but once again, Milan Alaski in open field. The guy seems to have an answer for almost everything.
Kenan, DeRoma. For Las Vegas, some big wins over the course of the season. They've dropped 6 points of the last 12 purely to San Antonio, who are starting to lap the field in the West. But a couple of draws as well. Turned over, and Hoffman plays central through Partita. Now Powers, who assisted the opening goal. Let's tell you that Left Coast Brewing is the official watch party partner of Orange County Soccer Club. You can watch all OCSC away games televised at Left Coast in Irvine, located less than 5 minutes away from the home of Orange County Soccer Club, Championship Stadium in Irvine. Closing in on first half stoppage time. Stoppage time brought to you by Zolfagari Law. 1 added minute. Oh, that's excellent. Hoffman laid that off. Torres further. Alaski stymied. And the slide in is a painful one that's going to come with a yellow card. Kubo Torres found his way into the book. Second yellow of the season for Kubo.
Well, the problem is they showed their hand too early here. Everybody in the stadium was looking for Milan Alaski. The problem is, so is everybody else wearing an orange jersey. Look at the heads. It's great that it's head up and forward thinking. The problem is you're playing it right into the path of a 3v1. It's a good run from Alaski on the back post. The problem is it's a little bit late in nature. That comes earlier. There's more room to run into. Instead, great job by the back line of the Lights, closing him down. They couldn't do it inside 10 minutes. He was the breakthrough. Another great ball up over the top. The Powers-Alaski connection rang true once again. They did it last game for the game winner. They get the opener. Hard to talk about a lot of stuff that we weren't able to witness.
Yeah, the middle 30 of this half just flew by. But Orange County grabbed the lead, and they maintain it going into halftime. They're looking for another victory against a team up against them and the playoff line. And for Las Vegas, 45 minutes to try and figure it out. Plenty coming up here at halftime. Devin is going to play options trader for a minute. Will he hodl? Time will tell. Orange County through Milan Olaski. The story of the season continues. 1-0 over Las Vegas at the intermission. Back post run, header down and in! Rakowski got a piece. Asante turns. Rakowski gets up. Orange County strikes first.
I'm here at ProCode, the official training partner of Orange County Soccer Club.
Every athlete knows they have more potential inside them. At ProCode, we provide a custom training plan so you can unlock that full potential and perform your best when it matters most.
Orange County a 1-0 lead over Las Vegas. Thanks for tuning in on Bally Sports and ESPN+. Halftime is presented by Pro Sport, the official physical therapy partner of Orange County Soccer Club. So local kids from around the area playing on the field. Devin and I will get you caught up on some of the news around the USL Championship here. Dev, you don't do a lot of stock trading in the real world, but you do a little bit here within the league.
I do. You know, I got to figure out a way to turn this into an app. I haven't yet, but the fun trades behind the scenes. We're going to do a little buy, hold, and sell. Birmingham Legion, let's buy, and here's why. Top 4 in the Eastern Conference. It was rough early on, rocky for sure, but they hadn't really beaten anybody. So what's gone on as of late? Well, now they've got wins against San Diego Loyal, Sacramento Republic, New Mexico United, and 901 FC. Even with the loss tonight against Detroit City, I still take them. Hold, Miami FC. When you look at the numbers, 37 points. They are 9 points clear of FC Tulsa in the Eastern Conference. Yes, it is right at the playoff line, but 3-1-1 in their last 5. Good enough goal differential. And don't forget, the boys up top have started scoring. Sell FC Tulsa. I like the moves that they've made personnel-wise. The problem is the results just aren't there. Very similar in terms of what you need down the stretch. They're only at 1.16 points per game. You need to get to 2.0 in the last 10 in order to have any sort of shot. All right, let's go to the Western Conference now. We're going to do the same exact thing. Buy, hold, sell. Buy. Frankie Yallop and Monterey Bay. 4-1-0 in the last 5. That's tied for best alongside San Diego Loyal. Loyal, by the way, sitting second in the Western Conference. They've beaten quality teams. They put together quality performances from back to front. May not always be the prettiest of football, but it is extremely efficient. I'm picking them up if I got a chance. Hold. Yeah, this is a tough one to say, but it's true. It's Colorado Springs. Mike and I have had this discussion many a times that maybe the best soccer we've seen out of this team was earlier this year. But 50 goals to their name, second in the USL Championship, is still something to be talked about. So they may be leaking goals left and right now, but they can bang it into the back of the net with the best of them. Hold on to this stock. The hope is still there. And if we're selling, it's got to be the boys from the West. It's got to be Los Dos. Winless in their last 5. That's the second worst record in the Western Conference. They are dropping, and they are doing it rapidly. 3 teams behind them, including Phoenix Rising, Monterey Bay, and RGV, all have games in hand trying to chase them down. This is who's up. This is who's down. This is who is most likely going to be out. Buy, hold, sell. And Mike, with me, you get the retainer fee.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Assets under management with Devin Kerr, and for what it's worth, he owns no AMC or GameStop. Don't really understand that. That's stocking up here. Birmingham and Monterey Bay are your best investments right now. We've got plenty more coming up here at halftime. And there's well over 500 fans here. So if you're selling a team in the Western Conference, shouldn't be Orange County. 1-0 OCSC over Las Vegas. Halftime presented by Pro Sport. Back with more after these messages.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I'm on that real team. I'm on that real team.
Shovels.
Where did you come from?
Ever find a body?
What? No.
Did you contact 811?
Who are you?
Did you know it's the law?
Why is a child yelling at me?
What if you hit a gas line? Who pays to fix it? Do you? Does my neighbor? Can you go to jail? How much is bail?
It's good to ask questions, like did you contact 811 before digging?
Are we going to jail?
I don't know.
Welcome back. That's decent SoCal pizza.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
That's the best I can say about it.
Can we get one up here in the booth?
We do not.
Oh.
Orange County 1, Las Vegas 0 at halftime. Mike and Devin get you caught up with news and notes from the USL Championship and beyond. Groundbreaking out in Pawtucket. Congratulations to Brett Johnson and the whole crew up there.
Do I talk now?
Yeah, go for it.
This is how it works. Yeah, friend of the pod, friend of the show,
sure.
Friend of the league, just friendly. Frenemies. Not frenemies, just friends. Brett Johnson and the ownership group up there. Michael Parkhurst sighting, by the way. Great to see him getting involved with the local kids. Phoenix Rising, Rick Shantz, big news. You're looking at the points per game model that is second only to Danny Cruz in the USL Championship, in case anybody was listening.
No, it's important that we only talk about games that occurred within the championship.
Got it. Moving on from that. It is an end of an era, with all due respect to Rick Shantz. He did a fantastic job there. They set pretty much every record in the record book. Individual accolades, Western Conference titles, just fell short of that star and Sac Republic on September 7th, facing off the mighty Lions. You notice they moved their game, by the way? Now they get a full week off. Apparently that was not able to take place for Mark Briggs & Co.
Yeah, no, Orlando's going to get a little extra rest. Matty Lewis scored for Detroit in the final 10 minutes. They knock off Birmingham on the road. They've beaten a playoff team. How about that?
See the Connor Rutt spike, by the way? That was
did.
nice. That was nice.
Memphis 2, New Mexico 0. That just concluded a moment ago. Sacramento, Colorado Springs is going on right now. Two teams that are in pretty desperate need of a league win.
Yeah, that's who needs it more?
Colorado Springs.
I disagree with you. Here's why. My reasoning behind that is SAC needs it more because of the run-in to the Open Cup final. So I agree with you within league play, but SAC needs it to the run-in with the Open Cup final. You're looking at a team that on the backside of this thing, they play Louisville the week before. On the weekend, on short rest, play Open Cup, and then you turn the page, and guess what? You're on national television September 18th, ESPN2, against reigning champs in Orange County. A rematch of the 1-2 that was. They're back to 1-2 once again with the Rowdies' loss against Louisville. Memphis, they're still hot on the heels. This thing ain't over yet.
Upcoming schedule there brought to you by Destination Irvine. For whatever it's worth, I bet Sacramento sends 11 fighting Haurigis to Louisville. Orange County 1, Las Vegas 0 at halftime. It's presented by Pro Sport Official Physical Therapy Provider of OCSC. First half highlights and stats, second half coming up here from Irvine.
John's Incredible Pizza Company has incredible food and fun for the whole family. John's features an all-you-can-eat buffet with pizza, salad, and more. Choose one of our unique themed dining rooms. Then venture to John's Incredible Fun World. With over 100 of the hottest new games, rides, and attractions, you'll have a blast. Remember John's for your next family outing, team banquet, or birthday party. Visit johnspizza.com and come experience the incredible.
We never knew that it was going to be one of those sought-after IPAs all over the world.
One was a double IPA, there was a single.
It was Doug's idea to combine our two recipes together.
And that was the key.
They gave me the beer, and I go, this is the best beer ever. And they said, yeah, well, it's 7%.
Yeah, and that's how a beer called Sculpin was born.
When you're making something and creating this art, and then you get to share it with people and they enjoy it, it's why we do what we do.
Back post run, header down and in! Rakowski got a piece. Asante turns. Rakowski gets up. Orange County strikes first. Hey, welcome on back. For some reason, the Lay's potato chips remain untouched. He's pointing toward the highlights. Let's get after him. All right, Dev, you can comment later. Halftime highlights are brought to you by UHSM.
Was that a sandwich or was that pizza in there?
Hopefully a sandwich.
Got to be a sandwich. And speaking of sandwich, let's talk about the exterior working right down the interior, because this is the meat of this team. Alaski. I mean, this kid, honestly, look, the scouting report comes in, Mike, simple. Deep lying ball, up over the top. It's not the greatest because he needs to put more onto it, but Morten Bjorschul, the little touch through, you can't allow this, though. Quesada's got to be smarter on the ball back across. You can't allow the run through, can't allow the ball over the top, can't allow that man to get on the end of it, because guess what? He's got 19 goals. That's a no-no.
That's almost 20. Stats are brought to you by Savi Law. 4 shots in the first half. Turns out we didn't miss very much.
All due respect, Enrique Turan and Richard Chaplow. Yeah, the tempo was off a little bit.
From the part we saw, yes.
Yeah, we enjoyed the pizza, though.
Speak for yourself.
Second half is going to be much different than the first. You wait and see. You're going to see a lot more.
I guarantee it. Well, the reigning champions are in desperate need of a win here tonight, and they are halfway to the stated goal. Massive game. Sacramento just kicked off against Colorado Springs. Sacramento is fighting for a playoff spot. They're in 5th and still have a convoluted schedule coming up. And here we go. Las Vegas and Orange County meeting here on a tepidly busy Wednesday night in the championship. Milan Oloski scored the opener here for Orange County. Puts him one off the franchise record for most goals in a season. Kasipli.
Was it 2 weeks ago that you and I were talking on USL All Access on Sirius XM FC, and you said to me, is he going to break the record? I said no.
The record being 25 goals, both by
Cameron Lancaster and Haji Berry.
Yep.
Lancaster in 2018, Haji Berry did it last year. I said no. Your response, and I got to give you some credit here because I don't always, is, well, if he throws in a couple of braces, much like they did in their record-setting and tying performances, he's got a chance. He's done it in back-to-back games, and he's one off now. 3 in a row. Yeah, that's a streak. That's pretty good.
5 goals, to your point, in the last 3 games from Milan Oloski. And he's the danger man here, coming free at the top of the 18. Stays here with Orange County. With a pump fake. And lifted over the bar. That was Oloski. Dev, it's kind of funny, you know, Milan Oloski, most everybody thought, why is he going to Orange County when he left Real Monarchs and Real Salt Lake? Because everyone thought he was capable, should have been, signed by an MLS squad. And it turns out we've seen the absolute best of him. And when you talk to Richard Chaplow, he says it doesn't really surprise him anymore because not only is he confident that everything he touches is going to turn to gold, he has the talent to actually do it.
I remember having conversations with him earlier this year talking about the two-way player that needed to be, and he wasn't talking about his defensive effort. He was just talking about tracking back.
Just simply early ball, that's lofted away.
Finding ways to work more in combination play as opposed to the ball out in front of him.
Richards looking for Torres. This scoots out the other side again. Kasipli, third time not the charm. That header leaves some work to be done. Falls for Kasipli. Support of Villanueva. Lofts early. Header falls to Powers. This is a good moment. Powers. Oh, that worked out. Skendi racing forward, and that's going to deflect wide and out from Hoffman.
Notice all the bodies just coming straight up through the middle of the field, though. This is what I talked about as a key to the game for Las Vegas Lights, the middlemen. They've got to find a way through rotation to find success. There's too many players that you have to track, a ton of chasing to be done. You just saw Albie Skendi coming off the back line. Michael Orozco will do the same thing. As Dylan Powers drops down in, he basically plays as the lone 6, and then they pinch Seth Kasipli in. They just overload the inside. It's very difficult to find coverage defensively if you're the Lights.
Header skewed back post, and that is headed to the bleachers.
And then you bring in the argument that we were just talking about with Milan Oloski, where he drops in too. So it's this 4-4-2 setup at the start of a game where you pinch high on the left-hand side, flatten out the back 3. You pinch high on the right-hand side, flatten out the back 3. You throw a ton of numbers into the middle. You still have plenty of attacking prowess up top with guys like Milan Oloski and Kubo Torres, or you invert them down into a central location and you throw 6 or 7 into the midfield.
Floated forward for Oloski. He slid for it and bounced right into the waiting hands of Abraham Romero. Hey, don't miss OCSC's next watch party at Left Coast Brewing, August 27th. USL Championship final rematch. Orange County takes on the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Party starts at 4 p.m. Look forward to seeing you there. If Orange County goes to St. Pete and does that again.
That's why I put it on there as one of the steal games. And to be fair, let's be clear, they're not poor by any means. But with the 2 losses at home, and I believe it's either 2 or 3 draws off the top of my head for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, they actually have the 4th worst home record in the East. I mean, it's a stretch saying in that way because you've only lost 2 games.
But they've left points on the table.
They left points on the table, and then you've got the nemesis that was at the tail end of last season. I mean, you only have to look as frequently as the last game against Louisville City, where they didn't look themselves. They had a terrible mistake, a la the final against Orange County. It gives you hope.
For what it's worth, Orange County proved a couple of draws in the postseason. You could still find your way to a final and lift the trophy at the end.
Well, this is end of July, beginning of August last season. Parting of ways with Brayden Cloutier. You know, the rest is history, as they say.
In came Richard Chaplow, and they finished 10-3-4. They had 17 games under Chaplow. At this point, they're getting down to the final 10. But in theory, they've already started a pretty decent run of form, trying to get their 3rd win in 5 here tonight, and back-to-back victories after the win over Phoenix that resulted in what over the course of the year has become less and less shocking. At the start of the year, you certainly would have thought it was crazy to say Rick Shantz no longer be the coach in Phoenix. This is nice from DeRoma. A pirouette there from Torres. Taken back.
Excellent defending.
Skendi.
It's that big frame of his. You know, you don't allow the player to get around you. Just hold him up, play the positional battle, turn around, maintain possession.
Ball blasted. Header snapped in. Cal Jennings. Now McGarr lets fly, and Rakowski was flummoxed, and it's put home by Jennings. 1-1 in Irvine.
Watch this thing dip on the tail end of the initial strike right outside of the box. As possession drifts over, nobody steps up into the space. Kubo Torres more frustrated about the foul. That isn't. Instead, that square ball right there. Great first touch here from Almaguer. It dips right in front of the goalkeeper, and there's no recovery. I just talked about the defensive efforts from Albi Skendi. Yeah, he gets caught flat-footed here. Dead in his tracks. Ball watching, leaves the goalkeeper out to dry. An absolute sauce from Cal Jennings, who scores everywhere that he goes.
53rd minute, and Jennings, who started that play passing to Almaguer, follows on the shot and nods it home and puts us on level terms. For Las Vegas, there's equal value in theory, not only to getting a point here tonight, but keeping a couple points away from Orange County and essentially putting them in a nearly impossible scenario down the stretch.
It's a 6-point swing. I mean, that's basically what you're looking at. We're there now. And the other side of it is, you know, we were talking about the record by Orange County at the tail end of last season. Doing some math leading into the game, we talked a little bit about it in the open and at halftime. You go over the past 5 seasons. Now, take into account that not every season was a 34-game schedule. There are 2 34s, 2 32s, and 1 30-game schedule over the last 5. I'm also removing the 2020 year that was COVID, 16 games. So back to 2017, the last 5 seasons. If you take the average of the 7th place finishing team, because playoff structure has changed as well, the average of all of those teams is 48 points. I'm actually quite interested as to whether or not that's going to hold water this year because of the way that the West has been. Wild, Wild West is the term that we used to use because of the wide open play. Everything was transition. There wasn't a lot of hard-nosed, deep-cutting defense. Instead, it was wide open, attacking teams. That's not the case anymore. Tactically, they are much better.
Well kept in at the end line. Across. Alaski closed it down. Wasn't able to get the finishing touch. Kubo Torres as that lifted away. And Torres through Jennings. Kasipli. 10 minutes into the half, Orange County concedes Cal Jennings' 8th of the season to go with 5 assists. He's performed well when his number's been called. Villanueva floats this across. Kasipli chases under it. Orange County's done well to recycle over and over again. Villanueva will take that space, seeking the return. Notably for Orange County, you can see Brian Olosky stretching out near the halfway line. That is taken away by Vegas. Trejo turned around. Olosky, in theory, could give 30 really valuable minutes right now in Richard Chaplow's mind. Game-changing, strong minutes, coming off what's been a season filled with injuries. And the substitution is coming. It's brought to you by MedEquip. And in the case of Brian Olosky, hoping this will turn setbacks into comebacks.
It's just quiet on the right-hand side. The high line that was Ian Hoffman last time out in the victory over Phoenix Rising has been replicated on the left by Villanueva, but they are lacking the balance that I talked about. Middlemen for Las Vegas Lights was the key. Balance on the width for Orange County. Once again, very lopsided, primarily on this left-hand flank. They've got to find a way to get this two-headed monster going. It's too predictable in nature right now.
Back heel, Villanueva. This has all been played in Las Vegas's end of late. Torres, okay. Siphoned off by Orange County. Orange County Soccer Club, in partnership with the Dick's Sporting Goods Foundation, the U.S. Soccer Foundation, proud to be working on a new miniature outdoor hard surface soccer court, a mini pitch at Delhi Park in Santa Ana. Head to orangecountysoccer.com/mini-pitch to stay up to date on free monthly clinics for the community.
Beautiful, great ball movement.
Nice little overlap, ball cut across, seeking Olosky again. Referee saying that had gotten out, it's gonna be a corner.
Even when you get down into the corner and you feel like it's blocked off, the overlapping runs, just watch the way that they move through here. The inversion Villanueva, he's become a lot more comfortable from the central spots. As Partida drifts, notice, he just gets out of the way, slides over and off he goes. Great job coming all the way across the field, but notice he doesn't press the issue.
This will deflect away off the corner kick presented by Corner Bakery. Las Vegas going to their bench. That's it for Christian Torres, 18-year-old from Fontana, California. He's part of the Galaxy organization, then part of LAFC's academy, their first homegrown signing. Duenas set to come on, sub brought to you by MedEquip. Also get a look at Iskandarian, who started last time out, comes off the bench tonight. Good cheers here for Iskandarian, the LA native.
I like him. He's a fun little prospect to watch, and just 20 years of age. One of the players that came up through the famed Barca Residency Academy in the United States. Seems like they're just turning out products left and right.
That's an interesting universe to watch in years to come.
Oh, yeah.
Barca Academy down in Arizona.
I'm hearing some rumblings that it
could look a lot different.
Yeah, there's yeah. The future may not necessarily be bright in terms of the overall organization, but certainly for the young men, even if it is elsewhere.
Barca Academy has put some players into the Orange County system as well. That ball snapped back by Kainan and taken by Romero.
One wonders if he switches here. Dueñas and Quesada. He's sort of been flipping them back and forth. Dueñas is I'd say back by trade on the right side of the field specifically, but Quesada has made himself very comfortable over there.
Sprayed down the line. There is Quesada. Nueva going through Sipley, who lost it. Brought down by Bjorshol. This little twist in midfield to open up a little space here. Chrysostamo, 2 years at Orange County, played in 42 games. Braden Cloutier said they did not have space for another midfielder in that team. You had Aiden Quinn and Duke, and there was no room for him, and he just continued to make himself indispensable in Orange County. It's probably the biggest surprise departure, the way he left in 2021 to go to Las Vegas. At the time, he said it was a 2% chance that he'd make the team. He's done really well, to his immense credit. Orange County starting to contemplate a few subs here in search of a go-ahead. Sean Okoli coming in. And Daniel Peterson is set to return as well. That's it for Kubo Torres. Partita's going to check out as well. The subs are brought to you by MedEquip. Second window, second and third substitutions turned in by Richard Chaplow. Okoli for Kubo Torres is a pretty straightforward substitution.
One of the tendencies that can happen when you have this personnel in the field. Watch that man right there, Milanowski, and see how much he drifts over to the left-hand side. Seth Sipley coming more and more to the interior with Dylan Powers dropping underneath. Peterson will play usually the advanced role up in front of him. If anything, he'll rotate to the right as well.
Ball laced across, seeking Okoli. And with two players going down, Okoli's gotten back up. The referee's going to stop play and take a look.
Okoli actually pulls out of this. Here's the footsteps. It's the player that normally doesn't do that. Undercuts him just a tiny touch. Well done by Morten Bjorshol. Getting a touch on it.
There's Peterson in his return, placing Partita. 22nd appearance, second off the bench. Quesada. To Roma. Chrysostamo Feathered that in nicely. Ball bounces free. Duenas bounces across. Iskandarian corralled it at the end line. Quesada. Far too many orange shirts for that to be a threat. Olaski gave it away cheaply. And now he's conceded a foul in a really poor spot. Chasing after a ball that had likely left his grasp.
Watch the forearm, Mike. It's away from the body right here. Boom. It's not super negligent in nature, but it's in front of the referee and the assistant referee. 10 yards away. Can't get away with that. Actually was surprised that with the ball that's played into him, given the location of the ball coming off the back line and the presence behind him, that he didn't take that little touch off his backside and go to ground. Try and pull a foul the other direction.
Quick update elsewhere as it pertains to this match coming in a moment. DeRoma runs over it. Crisostomo soars upward. Trejo. Corner. Malik Foster just scored for Sacramento 11 minutes in. Colorado Springs have only gotten a result once in 6 attempts this year when they concede the opening goal. They trail 1-0. Trejo wafting inward, punched away Rakowski. Comes out DeRoma, and that's going to soar toward the county line coalition, but stay in on the end line. Trejo, header down, bouncing over from Kenan and a very frustrated Rakowski.
That was the move by Danny Trejo down in the corner, though. Ever listen to any of the boys from LAFC or from Las Vegas Lights, Enrique Duran, they talk about his quick feet, willingness to attack, that he has no fear whatsoever. Had to find the professional side of his game coming from the collegiate level. So many do. This is more so on how to manage the body, the weight, the physical attributes that you need to be successful when you take a step up from the ranks of NCAA Division I, Division II, NAIA, so on and so forth. He certainly cultivated that over his short time.
Olaski. That's a good switch. Ball across, seeking Okoli. And deflected away.